Elden Ring released in 2022 and had a harder chokehold on the gaming industry than 2000s goth cartoon women have on every guy in existence. It is a true Miyazaki masterpiece, perfectly crafted and balanced to be extremely difficult but fair, so that the favorite term of Souls-like elitists, get good, is the objectively best method to overcome the game. But have you ever thought to yourself, this game is too good and you enjoy the experience too much? Have you ever wanted to play Elden Ring but just a shittier version in all aspects? Have you ever wanted to know what it feels like to play the video game version of sticking your dick in a waffle maker? If you said yes to any of these questions, let me introduce you to Elden Ring's Ascended mod, the most bullshit and annoying mod Elden Ring has. The mod page says it is soul draining, and that is a massive understatement. It takes every slightly annoying part of Elden Ring, makes it 10 times worse, and then puts it over the entire game so that every second of playing feels like Mike Tyson is using a ball sack as a speed bag. Enemies are faster and do more damage. You continuously lose runes. Every projectile is tripled and moves that mock fuck you. Status effects are buffed and almost every attack in the game has one. That includes when the bubble boys hit you and give you madness. Enemies have insane health bars and extra enemies are added to the world and more specifically to boss fights. Okay, what the fuck is this? Luckily, to help you at least add some lube to your asshole before the mod has its way with you. Every item is also buffed for you. Talismans are buffed. You get a lot more runes for killing bosses. Weapons have extra status effects on them. And armor pieces have extra stats and buffs to have you looking like you got kicked out of the Met Gala for sexually assaulting the chocolate fountain.
I still can't buy y'all bully me. Really? Are you sure? You can't think of a couple reasons?
So me, being the absolute Chad God gamer that I am and having a hard-on for making my life a lot more painful for absolutely no reason, I mean, just look at my drinking games, I clearly make poor life choices. I decided to ask the question, can you beat Elden Ring's hardest mod if you suck at the game? Now I know you may be thinking, Top Bro, is it really as bad as you're making it sound? To which I would say, of course not, it's fucking worse. We make our character obviously named Pain, as that is the only feeling I will know for the next 150 hours. 150? Oh my god, what the fuck did I get myself into? We spawn in and where's my health bar? No worries, let's head to the tutorial boss. It can't be too bad, right? How bad could this really be? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Bro, what? Already? Bro! Jesus Christ. After getting railed from behind by the rock, a woman approaches us, but we stay asleep until she leaves because clearly we are an alpha chat and totally not because I'm so scared of women that I would piss myself if we made eye contact.
I got bricked up holding a hot pocket today.
Speaking of being scared of women, we'll be going for the Age of Stars ending because I'm a slut for women in big witch hats, but that's not important right now. It was time to take on the world.
Oh, hey there, young fella.
Already? Hey, I haven't. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? The next 10 hours of gameplay consisted of me getting bent over more than Piper Perry in that one video, you know the one. Every direction I went, I was met by a different enemy putting me on the casting couch and giving me a new asshole. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, dude. What the hell? This mod also changes all the starting classes, so I chose the class with the giant sword so I can unga bunga like a true Elden Lord. However, I failed to realize just how shit I am at the game, and I was a big dumb idiot for thinking I could pull this off. With how much health the bosses have, paired with half the attacks in the game being instant death, my original plan of spamming jump heavy attacks was less effective than Age of Consent laws are against Drake. I was going to need something else if I wanted a chance to beat this mod. That's when I found this beautiful son of a bitch. The Stormblade Ashawar may be good in the base game, but in this mod it turns you into the Gen Z avatar himself with vape bending and would be our savior for this run. Its real damage comes from the vape cloud it leaves behind and it hits like a deadbeat drunk husband. The smoke clouds also let me kill most of the extra enemies placed in boss rooms as they came up to the fog wall. But that's not fair, you cheating and not playing as intended. Oh look, it's all the fucks I give. The entire point of this mod is to make the fights unfair, so I'm playing exactly as intended. So now that we had finally gotten the butt plug out of our ass that this mod kept giving us, it was time to take on Margit. As you already know from the intro, he is joined by two of Michael Vick's bodyguards. The dogs also applied sleep with every hit, so you just had to sit there and take their balls to your face if they ever hit you. Fighting Margit made any hopes I had of quickly finishing this mod vanish faster than Radagon left Rennala after realizing he would have to actually raise kids. This fight made it painfully clear that I was about to get my ass ate for the rest of this game, but after many attempts, including one where he held on by a dick hair of health, we finally managed to beat him. I might have died too, but it still counted and that's all that matters. I would tell you how many attempts it took me to beat every boss, but I forgot to count while playing and I can't be fucked to count them now. So I'll be ranking each boss by how many small cacti I would rather shove up my ass than fight them again. Marty gets 1 cactus. After making it through the CBT chamber that is Stormvale Castle, we made it to Godric, and this fight was a bitch and a half. Godric must have gotten dumped by a hot goth chick and felt really lonely because he invited his 2 ugliest friends and 1 giant stone archer to keep him company. Bro, why the fuck did you do that?
She always loved when I used this dragon toy on her.
I didn't need to know that.
If she won't come back, then I gotta use it on someone.
Hold on.
I will just picture her while I fuck you.
That thing doesn't spit fire, does it?
Oh, it does.
Shit. Apparently he realized how ugly his 2 friends were because they were stuck in the gravestones. So you would think this fight would be easy. Just take out the stone archer and it's the normal Godric fight. But slow your roll, naive little baby tarnished. In Godric's second phase, he starts spitting fire out of his kinky dragon dildo attached to his hand. All of these attacks will destroy the gravestones and allow his goon of friends that have never seen a woman in real life have easy access to your tight little butthole. They may finish quickly, but they fuck rough. I needed something to make these dick appointments with the bosses less painful, so I went exploring. And I explored so much that Christopher Columbus will be proud of all the natives I killed. After my morally correct expedition, we now had magic and a new summon and we're finally able to take down Godric. Let's go! Godric gets 1 cacti covered in questionable juices dripping from his dragon dildo. Hold on. Playtime 24 hours of playtime, dude. Easiest game in my life. After beating Godric, it was time to make our way to Rennala. After a few dickings, beating the dragon to get the academy key, and more ball slaps inside the academy from Clifford, we had made it to Rennala and her foot fetish simps. I got some false excitement when there was nothing new added to her first phase. Godric was lonely after his breakup, but Rennala got a cream pie and no goodbye from Radagon, so her phase 2 was an orgy with all of her ex-boyfriends, and they wanted to make sure I was included in the party. Oh great, that curves. That's, fucking sick. Morale was rapidly falling trying to beat her. However, this mod allows you to put any Astrivore on any weapon, including unique ones. So I decided to put Old Reliable on the ruined greatsword I found, which had blood buildup. And let me tell you, this combo fucks. It only took me a few more attempts to finally beat her, and I might have died, but once again, it still counts. Let's go! She's dead! Oh my god.
Go.
Bro, I can't tell you how scary that is because she summoned fucking Radagon. Rennala gets 2 cacti but covered in icy hot and Rennala's foot lotion. One other thing I forgot to mention is the item placements in this mod. Normally you find the 2 halves of the Dexus medallion in 2 chests, which gives you access to Altus Plateau and unlocks Radahn. However, if you put on your bullshit detection goggles, you will see that beating Rennala gave us 1/2 of the medallion. So if you take bullshit and multiply it by the square root of fuckery, you will realize that the mod maker is a fucking asshole and put the other half of the medallion behind beating Radahn. But since you can't get up to Altus without that medallion to unlock Radahn, you were forced to do Ronnie's quest in order to unlock him. Luckily for us, we're Ronnie Simps anyway, so this was mandatory regardless. You may wonder about the cave that gets you up there the back way, but it's completely blocked off, so it's not a fucking option. Making our way through Carrion Manor and its way too many hands, we got to Loretta. This fight sucked too, but after many attempts and many non-consensual magic swords shoved down my throat, we were able to beat her and get to talk to Ronnie.
Why are you here?
Because you're hot?
Well, my dipshit brother stopped the stars, and I need you to move them again.
That sounds difficult.
I can show you what 4 hands can do.
I'm in. Now we just need to progress our quest to fight Radahn. We go down the well. Oh, hello. Talk to Wolfman, talk to the wizard dude with a creepy love for sex dolls, then to the lady who taught us magic, and lastly back to the furries. Now we could access Radahn. His fight actually had no added enemies and was surprisingly easy, except for this bullshit. Radahn gets our first 0 cacti. Killing him gave us the second half of the Dexus medallion so we could finally move on to Altus Plateau. After picking up a new summon we will be using the rest of the run, I have named Barry the Bussy Hunter and trading with the Draconic Tree Sentinel. We had made it to the capital city, home of the racist. Melina was sick of my shitty jokes and dying all the time, so she left.
I can't hate you, but go fuck yourself.
It was now time to face Godfrey for the first time. Him and his pit bull didn't stand a chance against our boy Barry and our fart machine. He also gets 0 cacti up my ass. We were now at the Elden throne, ready to claim it, but Morgott, Lord of Ugly Fucking Feet, stood in our way. He held a grudge for when we killed him earlier and invited his brother Moog, the Lord of Incest, to try and eat my ass. But Barry isn't the Bussy Hunter for nothing. He was able to 1v1 Morgott while I took out Moog before he could start pretending I was his Onichan from a shitty harem romance anime. Morgott gets 0 cacti because I'll be damned if I let an ugly-footed man fuck me for free. We still couldn't get into Big Tree, so on our way out, Melina decided to join us again because she thought my shitty jokes were better than Moog, forcing her to binge watch Rent a Girlfriend on repeat. Before we continued the main quest, we needed to finish Ronnie's quest line. Our next step was to go down the big hole we made from the nuke we dropped after killing Radahn. Damn it, I don't get to see the nuke. There's all the fog. Time I get to see the brightness. Yep, there we go. Oh, and the controller's vibrating. Yep.
Yeah, I heard that.
This opened the way to the lost city of Atlantis. We fought the most handsome man in the world, made our way through the city, and grabbed Ronnie's favorite sharp object for her.
Let me see what you have. No!
She decided to play hide and seek, but isn't very good at it, so the game ended pretty fast. We kill an evil version of her pet furry, who gives us a key which we use to get a ring, and then continue down until we reach the next boss, Planetary Asswipe. He was joined by 2 rock bulls with earthbending powers.
The boulder feels conflicted.
Sounds to me like you're scared, Boulder.
The boulder's over his conflicted feelings.
This fight wasn't too bad, except for when Mr. Asswipe would decide to drop 2,000 planets on my head. But after a while, I showed him he didn't bring enough planets and killed him. Let's go! I'm the best! I'm the fucking best! Who do you think you are? I am! He gets a ribbed dildo painted to look like a cactus. After beating the dragon outside on my first try, we can now go into the church to meet Ronnie again. Jesus, that's a lot of blood.
Oh, hey, there's a ring I told you to get.
What happened to the giant fingers behind you?
I murdered it, and I put the ring on.
Okay, here you go.
Great, we're married now.
What?
And you need to kill God.
Excuse me?
The hat stays on.
I'd kill 100 gods if you asked. Now that we were married, we could go through the rest of the game without being maidenless. After passing through an EDM festival, next was Fire Giant. With a little help from Swiss cheesing the dragons added in, we beat him first try, even though he didn't have a phase 2, but I'm not complaining. 0 cacti. Melina finally had enough of my shitty jokes and threw herself into an oven. Godskin Duo went down first try as well. 0 cacti again, baby. Then we had America's guard dog Malekith. To my surprise, this fight didn't suck complete donkey dick, and we got through it pretty quickly. But because of the 2 dragons I had to fight every time before I could go in, he gets 1 cacti with a Scooby snack. After being covered in America's blood fart, we were teleported to the capital, now themed after a Genshin player's dating life. Not a bitch in sight. The next fight was Gideon, who decided to aggro on me and close the door before I got in, so I killed him without even going in the room. Fucking idiot. Things were going well. We had started making good progress and hopes were up, but there are only 3 things for certain in this world. Death, Miyazaki putting a swamp area in a Souls game, and this mod ripping apart my asshole wide enough to drop a bowling ball into. Godfrey was the next boss, and it was easy. And by easy, I mean he beat my ass so much you would think I was his son and he'd blame me for mom leaving. This fight was by far the worst one yet, and took me forever to finally beat him. Godfrey gets 4 cacti shaped like a lion on his back. Now we only had the final boss left. Phase 1 was just Radagon like normal, so I was feeling confident. What could be in Phase 2? Holy shit. This is nuts. This is... Dude, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way. Oh yeah, fuck this. I'm going to kill Malenia first. In order to fight Malenia, you need both halves of the Halley Tree medallion. But just like the other medallion, one half was locked behind beating Sewer Moog and the other behind Rykard. Neither of these fights are too difficult. Both get 0 cacti. After getting down the tree, we had Loretta again, but this time joined by a dragon. She wasn't difficult, but still gets 1 cacti for stupid magic swords. Fuck those things. We were finally at Malenia, who was joined by 6 giant flowers, but I could kill them before I got in the fight, making it just her. I thought this fight wouldn't be too bad until I realized that every hit instantly gives me AIDS, and she loves spamming this bullshit. But it was her second phase that always killed me, and it killed me alive. Not gonna lie to you, I was stuck. All I had left was Malenia and final boss, but Malenia was kicking my ass, and this masochist for a mod maker decided to put 6 shard bearers into phase 2 of the final boss. I went exploring the map to find ways to buff my damage, increase my health and resistances, and tested over 60 builds and weapons looking for something that would help me. I searched and tested for a combined 30 hours. Hell, I even went and killed Real Moog in 3 attempts to see if he would give me something good. Spoiler alert, he didn't. My friend even tried serenading me to ease my pain.
One boy, and he won't stop calling. Let this way.
Yeah, shut up, bro.
Maybe I know, that's that me espresso.
Morale was at an all-time low. I spent a while attempting the bosses but was not making any progress, and part of me felt like it was simply not possible. But in a last-ditch effort out of desperation, I tested out a few more weapons, and that was when I stumbled upon the weapon that would lead us to salvation, the Duelist Great Axe. This majestic motherfucker did double the damage that my ruined greatsword was doing. With it doing more damage than a hungry pit bull in a nursery, I was confident we could beat Malenia. And on my first attempt with a new weapon, we took her down. Let's go! Oh my god! Malenia gets 5 cacti with the side of testicle cancer. The joy and optimism I felt when I beat her was unmatched. For the first time in 50 hours of gameplay, I thought this was winnable. Now the only thing standing between me and ending this cock torture was the final boss. One thing to note is that the only enemy that actually needs to die is Rykard in the back, but he has the most health and I couldn't kill him quick enough if I ignored the other fuckheads. I tried this boss for hours, and even with the new weapon, phase 2 was still slamming my nuts with a 10-ton hammer. But I realized where I was going wrong. I completely abandoned the Church of Ungabunga and the ways of caveman brain. With our new weapon dealing so much damage, I decided to stack every attack buff I could find, which includes the one that make me take more damage. If I was gonna die in one hit anyway, then there was no point in having defense. I call this strat Bunga Brain mode, and it was our savior. I would summon Barry, mow down Radagon, and then try and kill as many of the shard bearers as I could before Barry died. This took me hours of attempts, and confidence was beginning to waver, but then we finally got the run. Barry was able to stay alive long enough for me to kill the other shard bearers besides Malenia, who moved too fast and refused to let me lock onto her unless I was within coochie smelling distance. So from here, we just ran in circles, taking pot shots at Rykard and trying to dodge his attacks while running from Malenia. The panic and nervousness that overwhelmed me when I had him at low health was worse than when your parents find your bowel shrine in body pillows. My hands were shaking like I had the terminal case of jazz hands, and my heart was pounding faster than when a Valiant player hears the sage on their team is a woman. But the euphoria I felt when I finally killed him had me higher than Snoop Dogg on 420. 3, 5, 4, fuck you! Let's go! Holy shit! Oh my god. I fucking did it. My heart is fucking pounding right now. Final boss gets 10 metal cacti wrapped in electric shocked barbed wire and covered in the dried blood of the last person to play this mod. We can now see Ranni again and become Elden Lord.
See? Killing God wasn't that hard.
I'm gonna jump off a fucking bridge.
You know, if you weren't such a bitch, you would be a lot more attractive.
So to answer our question, yes, you can beat Elden Ring's hardest mod even if you suck at the game. If you guys enjoyed the video and want more, then hit like and subscribe. If you want to help fund these direct attacks against my mental health, then consider becoming a member of the channel. See y'all in the next one. I'm going to get blackout drunk now.